Quilts and M's scrap bag, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a scrap busting improvisational log cabin. This is really good for busting through your scraps, so what you'll need are scraps and then a ruler to square things up. Alright, if you like my video, remember to like and subscribe. I have 2 examples behind me. This is just one I just put together from my scrap busting challenge, where I had you take a shoebox of scraps and see what you could come up with. And then I needed a man quilt, so I did this one behind me. And this is my wonky rose garden, and I will put a link to that in the description below. Thanks, let's get started. So we're going to have our scraps. I like to grab from my bits bin, which is anything that's smaller than a charm, for my center. So I have 2 here. So I'm just going to grab one. I'm going to look through my scraps and say, oh, that kind of fits. I wonder if I have something that will go on the side here. Look, here we go. So I'm going to sew this on and then know that this can go on after because it's just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to take this to the sewing machine. I'm just going to sew along this edge. Remember, if anything is too long, you can just hack it off. And if you want, you can sew 2 pieces together and make it longer so it will fit. The options are endless. Once we get it sewn, we're just going to take it to the ironing board and we're just going to press it. Then we'll take our next piece, line it up there, and then we're just going to flip it over and we're just going to sew along this line here. So we're just going to cut this little bit off. So we have a straight edge there, and we're just going to keep going around. We don't have to necessarily go in around. We could add over here, we could add here, whatever we find. When we find a piece that works, we just stick it on there. This one's not quite long enough, and to add just a little bit would be, but we could just trim this part right here. In fact, I think that's what I'll do. So once you get it big enough, you're going to take your ruler, and if you don't have one the size that you want, you can tape off the measurement that you want. That's what I've done here. And I'm just going to snip, snip, turn it, and do that again. And then you have a scrap busting improvisational log cabin block. Rinse and repeat. Have fun with that.